doing a little something different this week. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Yes, you have read that title correct. I am reviewing my very first Viseart palette. Yay! I have purchased the Paris Edit palette and I'm kind of curious as to see what the fuss is all about with these palettes. So if you're ready, then I'm ready. So let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say welcome to all of our new family members out there. And in case you're not familiar with me yet, my name is Melissa Leah Garrett and I'm a cruelty-free makeup and beauty reviewer. I'm a makeup enthusiast, a plus-size beauty, and a PNH and ITP fighter. If you'd like to know more about those two diseases, there are videos down below in my playlist that you can check out. While you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join the fam. Hit that notification bell, therefore you know when I'm posting, even though I mainly post on Tuesdays and Fridays. Also, give this video a like while you're at it. I took a big leap, y'all, and I purchased my very first Viseart palette. This is the Paris Edit palette. This was marketed as their Valentine's Day palette. I'm so sorry I didn't get this video up on Valentine's Day, but yeah, got some stuff going on. But anyways, I have heard so much stuff about these palettes and I've heard so much hype about them, but they are pretty pricey. So when this one came out, it was a reasonable price to me. I went ahead and jumped on it. Plus, I thought the color scheme was pretty. So yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about this palette. All right, if you want to just bypass all that I'm getting ready to talk about, I am going to put a timestamp right here so you can just skip all that I'm going to talk about with this palette and go straight into the swatches and the little mini tutorial that I did making this eye look with this palette. Like I stated in the intro, this is my very first Viseart palette. Viseart tends to be a pretty pricey brand. And when I mean pricey, I mean up there in price. I do believe it's more expensive than Natasha Denona palettes. So when this one came out and it was only $39, I was like, let's try this out and see what the hype is all about. This is the Paris Edit palette and it doesn't really have any kind of story on the back of it. So yeah, they do call it the Professional Makeup Paris palette. This is what she looks like out of the box. I do have to say this is a lot smaller than what I thought it was going to be. Let me show you some comparisons to it. This is the Natasha Denona Love palette. It takes up like legit a corner of it. That's how small this is. Also, here's the Too Faced Chocolate Chip Matte palette. If you see, it's not as tall as the matte chocolate chip, but it's not as wide as it. So this is a pretty small palette for the price tag that it is. I have been hearing so many things about Viseart formulas over the past years that I have been doing makeup reviews on how the formulas are great, they're creamy, they're buttery, they're out of this world, and that's why they're so expensive. And that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't start purchasing these palettes until now, because the price is so astronomically ridiculous. But I do have to say, I do like the packaging. It does have Viseart on the back, and then it has like the little makeup chair, and it says Paris Edit. Then you open it up like this, and then it folds out like this. And these are the shadows. I did use this palette for my eye look today, and I will show you the footage of that later. You do get a plastic piece on the mirror. So, hey guys. And you also get a plastic piece on top of the shadows, which I actually think is so much better than just like a regular palette where they just place that sheet of plastic. This is actually a piece of plastic that like clamps onto the shadow. So if you really want to keep your shadows fresh, you can just keep reusing this. I know I'm going to. As you see, you have 12 shadows in this palette. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 metallic and foil shades. And then you have one matte shade right here that has a little bit of glitter inside of it. I went for a more soft pinky look today. I haven't done a look like this probably ever. So when I saw this palette, I was like, okay, I don't want to go too dark, but I don't want to go too light. I just want to do something that's like right in the middle. So let's go ahead and start swatching. Now, there are no shade names for these shadows. So when I put all the info down in the description box of what shadows I use, I always use numbers. I'll use shade, blah, 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 shade number, blah, 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 blah. So just be warned of that. Okay, we're going to go across this first row right here. We have 1, 2, 3 mattes, and then we have this metallic foil shade. I do have to say that the metallic foil shades feel really smooth. These matte shades, they feel okay. They're not like, oh my God, I'm doing backflips over the feeling of them. They just feel okay to me. That's just me. Okay, this is what they look like on my finger. I did use this shade as my transition shade today, and that's the only one I used in that row. There is no primer on my hand as always. Please pardon that. That was from when I was putting my liner down, because I used a pink, I used the Jeffree Star Hi, How Are You? Instead of just getting it off of the wand, I put it on my hand and now my hand is stained. I'm smart, I know. No primer on my hand as always. They do swatch pretty well. This one you can't really see, but I was able to build it up a little bit to give a little bit of color payout. But like I said, I just use that as a transition shade. Let's see. They blend out pretty nice. This one looks a little bit patchy, but that just could be because I'm finger swatching it. All right, let's go ahead and go into this next row. We have 1, 2 metallic foil shades, and you have 1 matte shade and the 1 matte with little glitter specks in it. I did use this shade, as you see, all over my lid, and then I put a little bit of this on the outer corner and a little bit in the crease just to give it some definition, just a tad bit. I didn't want this look to be too dark, so I did just kind of like tap my brush and just kind of like tapped it on the outer corner. I can't talk. So let's go ahead. Oh, and I did use this on my lid in the center, and I used it on my brow bone in my inner corner. You do get some kickback with these metallic shades. I did use the metallic shades with my finger, and I did get some fallout on my face. And this right here feels really dry. I don't know if that's because it has the glitter in it, but the foil shades do produce a lot of fallout. That's what they look like on my finger. I think this shade right here is super pretty. That has to be one of the highlight shades of one of the standout shades in this palette for me, is this shade right here. I didn't have a problem blending out these 2 matte shades right here. See, this one, it does look like it's purple in the pan, but it's more of like a smoky mauve color. And the last row, we have all metallic / foil shades. I did use this shade right here all over my lid before I put this shade in the center of it. And I did like how this came out. But like I said before, you do get a lot of fallout with this shade if you do happen to use your finger. I'm not sure how it is with a brush because I didn't use a brush. I just used my finger. Now, these shades in this row feel very, very soft. So you are going to have to be careful with them because they may break easily. That is what they look like. All right, those are the swatches of the shadows. I am going to show the footage now of me making this eye look, and I will be right back. That is the footage of me making this eye look, and I am like a really big dummy because I said earlier there were no shade names, and there actually are. They're on the back of the box. So I'm going to run through the shade names real quick. I'm smart. All right, we have Petal, we have Champs Elysees, we have Creme Brulee, and we have Fleur, we have Opera, Beau Arts, Tool, and Cerise. Then we have Saint Germain, Maurice, Pirouette, and Tuileries. There we go. If I botched any of those names, I do apologize. I do believe this is made... Well, no, it's made in the U.S. That's interesting. I thought this was made in Paris or France, whatever. But it's made in the U.S. That's cool. My final thoughts on this palette. I really do like it. It's not one that I think you absolutely have to run out and get, considering it is $39 and you really don't get a lot of product in it. That's just how I feel. But if you are a fan of Viseart or you're a fan of these shades, then I suggest that you get it. The mattes work really well. They blend out nice. The metallic foils are magnificent. I really do like the metallic foil shades in this palette. But like I said, do I think this is something you have to have right away? No. Because you are paying a pretty penny for it. All right, you can get this at Sephora and on Beautylish. I got mine off Beautylish because I purchased it with the Natasha Denona Love palette and a few other items, and I put it on the payment plan. It's a preferential palette. If you feel like you absolutely have to have it, then go get it. If you don't need to go rush out and buy it. I may try more from this brand. Not sure yet, because like I said, this brand is pretty up there in price. So we shall see. And that is all that I have for you guys today. All of my social media handles will be down in the description bar. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account. So if you see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also in the description bar will be the list of products that I did use to make my full look today, if you want to check that out. And I love you all so much, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Oh, I could not talk. What is with me and talking? I don't flippin' get it. All right, now I want to rush and edit this and get it up. Yeah, I guess you guys are going to be surprised. I uploaded on a Monday. I actually really do like this look. I'm not mad at it. This lash, though, is being wonky, as usual.